Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today is going to be a slightly different video. It's going to be a little bit one that I didn't really want to make, girls, but I knew that if I didn't address this, you know, I'm going to get like a crap ton of questions, and I was like, you know what, just do a video. To be honest, I don't really know why I'm trying to justify why I'm making a piercing video on my piercing channel. But in today's video, I have made this sad decision-y wisiony that I will be retiring my eyebrow piercing forever, and I will never try to get this piercing done again. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to answer some of your questions that you've given me over the like 9 years. We're going to discuss why I'm taking out. I'm going to tell you like the cons that do come with eyebrow piercings, and then we shall remove the piercing. So I first originally got my eyebrow pierced in 2014. I got it just in like, it was like right at the beginning, like February, I think it was. And I absolutely loved it. Eyebrow piercings to me has always been something that I've been really attracted to. I always found them really attractive in guys and stuff. And I just love the way they look. I just love them. So I was like, I want to get it done. But unfortunately at the time I was working in retail, and the job that I had was like, no girl, you don't get to have any piercings, scum. So I had to keep taking it in and out for work. Now, because of the constant kind of taking in and out and like constantly doing that, it did actually reject out of my body quite far, but I did stop it before it like sort of took any of the eyebrow bit itself away, because if you do leave your like, eyebrow piercings in to grow all the way out, the hair follicle will die, so you won't actually grow hair in like the space anymore where it's like pushed through. And I was like, I don't want that, girls. And then at the start of this year, I was like, I really want to get it redone. Like, I don't have to work in those jobs anymore. Like, I'm self-employed, I can do it, girls. It's gonna be fine. Now, it's not so much the fact that it's growing out, because I do feel like it is growing out a tiny bit. I just completely forgot how absolutely annoying having an eyebrow piercing is. I always say, like, one of the main things I always say to you guys is, if you ever get piercings, don't get anything that is gonna hinder your life or do anything that's gonna damage your teeth or your gums. Don't do anything that's gonna like make you change the way you live or anything like that. And getting eyebrow piercing is so annoying. It's so annoying. When I wash my face, I have to be so careful around this area, trying to like not to knock it, trying not to push it, trying to put any pressure around the area, because it makes it hurt, and then it makes it sore, and then it makes it like go almost like revert back to being like not really healed at all. And it's so frustrating. Like, anything that you get pierced like along this kind of area of your face is just problematic, and you will probably knock it and it won't last very long. The fact that when I sleep, I can't sort of like, because I tend to sleep on my face, and that sounds really stupid, but like I sleep kind of like on here or on here of my face, and it's nothing to do with my ear piercings, because I can lie on my ear piercings perfectly fine, but like ever since I can remember, I've always kind of slept with like a pillow kind of like this on my face, and I don't know why. It's just how I sleep. And obviously I can't do that on this side. If I ever roll over too much, I'll knock it and then it hurts. The amount of times I've woken up in the night because I've like bashed it and it hurts and it aches, and it's so frustrating. And the thing is, like with nose piercings and lip piercings and stuff, like because of where it is, it's not like, yes, it's sensitive, but like it's not a sensitive area that like it will hurt if you knock it. Like my septum piercing, like I know it looks gross, but I can do that. I can push against my nose piercings, I can pull my lip piercings, and it doesn't hurt. But if you do that to your eyebrow piercing, it hurts. Even if it's healed, it still hurts, because your eye area is so sensitive. So washing my face, if I ever knock it, it's painful. When I'm putting on like jumpers or taking my clothes off, whatever, I always have to be really careful around the area, and it's just annoying. It's so annoying. I'm so stubborn as well. I'm so stubborn. I was like, I have to keep it. Now I want it so bad. I love it so much, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I also do feel like it is growing out like it did the first time, which is frustrating. But you know, that's just part of surface piercing. So eyebrow piercings do count as surface piercings, and they do grow out over time. Now I know, again, there'll always be like people who go, I've had mine for ages, it's perfectly fine. Yes, good for you, but for the majority of people, they will grow out. Any surface piercing that you do get, or dermals, they do grow out. They don't just stay on your body forever, because it does move. Your part of your body that move constantly all the time, like it will migrate and grow out. Wrist piercings, neck piercings, belly button piercings can also do it. Anything where like you have to kind of almost like make the space for the piercing, because your eyebrow is not a shape for a piercing. So you have to kind of like pull it up like this, pierce it, and then let it sit back down. So you're kind of like pushing something where there shouldn't be. Like with an ear piercing, it's very different, because it goes in one side and comes out the other. It's not putting any like external pressure on anything, unless you're wearing like terrible jewelry. But like there's no pressure, there's no kind of like, it's not right near the edge. So there's no force pushing it. Yes, some piercings, like ear piercings, can get reject or whatever, but that's if you do it like too close to the edge or you keep pulling on it constantly. And I've seen people with industrial piercings like here, and it's so tight on their ear that it's like pushing the ear like this. And if your bar is doing that, chances are it's probably going to reject because you're putting pressure on it that pushes it out. So I've had this now for 9 months. I got it done in January, I think it was. Like, it was before the lockdown, everything happened. So I am going to be removing it now, and I don't like it. Like, if anyone who has piercings, the idea of like retiring a piercing is like incredibly upsetting and painful. I'm like, oh no, girls. I don't want to go back to having 30. I like having 31 piercings, not 30. I'm gonna see if I can take it like this, and if I can't, I'm gonna look at the mirror. So one thing that was asked quite a few times, obviously, is how painful was it? Did it hurt? Was it, oh God, how am I gonna take, this is gonna be really awkward to take out, isn't it? I don't know how I'm gonna do it. When I got it changed, I got my piercers to like take it out and put the new one in for me, because I was like, I don't wanna hurt myself, because it's sensitive. This is really awkward. And this is the thing, it's so sensitive, like I can't, like with nose piercings, I can just do this and like pull it out. Aha, there we go, I got the bottom half off. We got there, girls, in the end. Oh, see, doing that is just so good to be able to like push against my eyebrow again. Oh my God. The bottom half of my eyebrow is like red and like discolored. Like, it just never stopped doing that. The thing is, like, after, it was absolutely fine for like the first like 4 months. It was perfectly fine. Now, I don't know if I might have whacked it in my sleep and then it just really agitated it. But as you can see, the bottom half of it is like discolored, and it never kind of like got rid of that. And actually, I'm just looking in the mirror now at the top. It does kind of look like the top part of it had like moved forward ever so slightly, as if it was being pulled out. So there we go. So now, of course, it's a little bit redder than what it normally would be, but obviously it's because I've just irritated it by taking it out and rubbing it. So
hi everyone. So I just want to give you a tiny little update. Because on camera, like, it looks like horrendously, like terribly, like bright and horrible. The stage lights tend to like brighten up a lot of the stuff on people's faces and like reds and things. So you can just see, like, it's been a couple hours now and it's like de-angered down, because obviously I just took it out at that time, so it looked a little bit more angry than what it normally would. So it's actually fine. It's really not as bad as what it was on the camera, because it looks a little bit more crazy, but I want to give you a little update. But I already feel so much better without it in.
So a few more questions that I had to have of the piercing. Was it painful? How painful was it? Now, if you didn't watch the video I made when I actually got it done, yes, so this was actually my third. Is it my third? I can't remember my list now. This is my third most painful piercing I've ever had. Eyebrow piercings, both times I've had it done, has been very painful. Of course, everyone will feel pain differently, but for me, the eyebrow piercing was a really painful one. At first, I thought maybe the original piercer that I had just did like a crappy job. But then when I got it done again with my piercer now, Ronnie, who is incredible, and it still hurt the same, I was like, I just think, to me, I just have a lot of nerve endings in my eyebrow. So it was a really, really painful one. The healing process of eyebrow piercings is like 6 months to a year. And to be honest, with most surface piercings, it does take a long time to heal. If it ever really heals, I know, like, all of my surface piercings I've ever had, like, on the outside looked nice, and they didn't look scabby or anything, but like they were always still kind of sensitive if you put pressure on them. And like, as they were growing out, you know, most piercings do reject, like surface piercings will reject between like a year, maybe plus, in the normal way, unless if you're constantly pulling it and knocking it, it's never going to heal. Especially now coming into winter, when I was putting on my woolly hat, because it's getting colder now, and obviously because I'm bald, I have to wear like a nice fluffy hat. It kind of comes along here on your face, so it was kind of annoying having to wear my hat ever so slightly higher to not hit my eyebrow. So that was frustrating. I'd be completely hypocritical if I was to keep it in after telling everyone all the time, going like, take things out if they're annoying you, take things out if they're growing out, take things out if they're problematic. Like, you know, I'm not a hypocrite, so I am taking it out. Another thing I get asked a lot of the time when it comes to surface piercings is like, how do I know if it's growing out? The biggest telling that something's growing out is the bar is becoming more visible, and like the exit or entrance hole is like more of it is showing. So like for me, I feel like I was starting to notice that it was hanging down a little bit more than what it would normally be. Yes, there we go, girls. I'm back down to 30 piercings, which is not okay. And apparently we're going into lockdown again this week, so that's fun. So I was actually thinking about maybe getting a piercing really soon. I was going to get like a forward helix here, but looks like I'm probably going to have to wait a bit longer, which is frustrating. But what can you do, girls? So I know this video is a little bit different than my normal stuff I've recently been doing, but I really wanted to come and do this just because I knew I'd get a load of questions if I didn't actually just do it. So back to Thursday. You know what, girls? It's fine. I won't cry. Don't cry for me. Missing piercing. I'll be doing a normal sort of like reaction stuff very, very soon. Probably on Thursday, but yes, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good kind of stuff. Thank you to all of my Patreons. You'll all be added into the next video. It's kind of like, I'm kind of like in between months at the moment, so I don't know exactly who's like carried on to November yet. So next video, all of the shout outs, everything will be back to normal. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Professor Mason Gay, be everything you want to be, and don't let any bitch of the say that you can't be you. Why is that? Because you are flawless.